Good morning everyone, it's Richard from Seeker Training and this is Canned Workouts. Let's all have a nice day today. It's quite dull but warm, windy. Just before we start, and I actually put the stream on, remember that if you haven't got the doctor's permission to exercise, please gain their permission, or you can fill out my PARQ, which is a health questionnaire at the top, pinned at the top of my Facebook page or below this video if you're watching on YouTube. So I'm now going to start the stream. Good morning everyone. Right, so here we are again, another Monday morning in lockdown. Now let's just look at that for one brief moment. I know the restrictions in the UK at this moment in time are being reduced, so if you're watching this out of COVID lockdown, please ignore this section. Please, people who are in, as we are now, be careful, be safe, use your intelligence. We don't want another resurgence, we don't want the lockdown to get worse, so please keep indoors if you need to. Always be sensible when you're out. Right, so what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk first off, just a bed in the stream as usual. We're going to talk about stretching before exercise. Okay, can you stretch before exercise? Yes and no. There are two different types of stretching. There's dynamic and there's static. Dynamic stretching is basically doing full range of motion with the body part you'll be using. So if I was to do a Russian twist with a weight, to get the full range of motion and to dynamically stretch, I would twist nice and easy without a weight, just to get the blood to that section. It is a stretch, but it isn't. So if you were using your arms or doing press-ups, you could go forward. If you were doing triceps, straighten your arms. That's simple. Tend to do about 8 to 12. That's a nice static stretch, that's a good warm up. That's why we warm up like that, to actually get everything moving which needs to be moving. Get the blood flow into the area where it needs to, which means all the blood flows from the central section, not all of it, but most of it. Morning Mary, morning Janet. So, static stretching, we will be talking about that on Wednesday. I'll be recording this directly after this, so I'm going to be really pooped after that. Static stretching is where you actually just hold the stretch. Can you do it before exercise? I wouldn't do much, because if you stretch a muscle, statically stretch a muscle, it elongates it and makes it less elasticated. Okay, well it's like a balloon. When you actually try and first blow up a balloon, it's really hard, isn't it? When you pull it out, it comes back easily. But if you do it too much, it basically doesn't come back as much. That's what happens when you do a static stretch, especially holding it on for longer. But if you have, let's say, knee problems like I do, or toe problems, a brief 10-second static stretch may relieve the pain, because over the knee there's a muscle over there, so if you actually slightly stretch that muscle so it doesn't actually lose stability on the joint but it gives a little bit more play, then that's brilliant. It's a little bit of give and take. You need to test it out. Right, well that's dynamic stretching, and whether you can static stretch before exercise, I think that's about it really. Not too bad actually, really good on the internet at the moment. Earlier on it was terrible, so I'm really glad about that. I hope you're all having a nice time. I went to the nursery just up the road and bought some flowers yesterday, which is brilliant. Loved it. Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with showing you the equipment. So dumbbells, homemade dumbbells, crisp packets, crisp tubes, a scarf or a band if you do have one, a mat, water, and if you need it, a chair. It is optional. I think it's optional. Yes, it's optional. It's the next one which isn't. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start doing those dynamic stretches. get that full range of motion. Range of motion. Right, so let's start marching on the spot. Yes, as you notice, my top's changed. Sorry, I lost my sleeves. Right, so it's going to be a little bit of a different one today. Well, not too different, but we've got one exercise where we're going to do on one side for 40 seconds, then we'll do another exercise, and then we'll change over to the other side afterwards, after that one. So let's hope I remember. You know me with forgetting exercises. Right, higher knees. Triangle stretch over the glutes. So this is like a dynamic stretch. So what you're doing, you're stretching your glutes, you're stretching over there. And if you want to stretch your thighs, you do bum kicks like this. So make see runners do it. What it is, it's warming up the joint, making the muscle a little bit longer. Right, let's push forward. Get a little bounce in your knees to keep those muscles nice and warm. Brilliant. Right, let's do some reach overs. You want to really work yourself. Did this with a client yesterday. We did 100 of these twice, and even I'm starting to feel a little bit of a strain just there on my lats. So if you can't do pull downs, this works the same muscle, but just in a different way. What you're doing is overstretching it. Let's go down. Try and keep those shoulder blades down. Push into the floor. And if you're anything like me, let your mat rotate. It tends to spin out always on the counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. Right, let's go, Mike's marching. Get that right again. Right, what we're going to do is go open and close the gate. So cross your legs, one foot, knee up, to the side and back. Get that hip activated. Also get your balance. If you need a chair, I tend to only use one or two fingers, because what you're doing is you're just actually assisting your balance. You're not actually fully assisting, because otherwise you're not challenging your balance. Right, next leg. That's it, good. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant, back to marching on the spot. Put a bit of a jig into it. We go to a little bit of a jog on the spot. If you don't want to, if you've got problems with your knees, you don't have to. But if you notice what I'm doing, I'm just rolling my feet up, picking them up a little bit, and then putting them back down again. I have bad knees, I have bad toes. I find this really good for my knees and toes. Also gets your cardio up. Also, it won't put as much strain on the front of your shins, so you reduce the chance that it doesn't remove it. Getting shin splints if you're not strong enough in the legs. Brilliant. Right, let's do that, but wider. Ah, that's it, good. Always reminds me of a baby running this when they've just filled the nappy. Oops, mat again. Need to stick it down. Right, so the first exercise, what we'll do is we're going to take a wide stance. That's why I wanted to do this one last. We're going to stick our bottom backwards, facing our knees in the direction of our toes. So if your toes are that way, don't.
3,
Face them
2,
out.
1.
Then bend down,
Exercise
and we're going to
1.1.
pulse up and down. So we're only going about 2 inch up, 2 inch down. There we go. That's good, 20 seconds. You might feel that your thighs are really tight there, that's good. If you get pain in your knees, stick your bottom a bit further backwards. Oh, I'll try and realign them over your toes.
3,
2,
2,
1. Brilliant.
Change.
This is where you might need a chair or something just to stabilise yourself. We're going to do a single leg deadlift. What we're going to do is we're going to go down and up, but we're going to use the dumbbells. If you need stabilisation, just use one. So we're just going to be like
3,
a dunking bird.
2, 1.
And back up.
Exercise 1.2.
Let's go. Try and keep your balance. It's all about working that hamstring, the glutes, your lower back, and your balance. I tend to try and look, keep my eyesight where my hand is pointing. Oops. But then I look off when I'm actually doing it, because I find that a lot easier to get down and up. 7 seconds, so you can feel halfway through wouldn't have been a good workout
3,
for this.
2, 1.
Excellent,
Change.
brilliant. Right, we're going to do some arm circles. So dumbbells, we're going to go round and forward. Trying to keep your shoulder blades down, trying to keep the space in between your torso and your neck,
3,
between your chin, quite
2,
high.
1.
So let's
Exercise
go.
1.3.
Depending on how far you can get your shoulders back, depends on how much of a circle you can do. Mine are more like ovals. Just let your wrists go around as naturally as possible. And we're going to change them in 3, 2, 1, and change direction. Oh, that second session, which I'm going to be recording from Wednesday, with how hot it is at the moment in here, please excuse the actual perspiration, because I think I'm
3,
absolutely boiling.
2, 1.
Right,
Change.
and we're going to do a single leg deadlift on the other leg. This is the wobbly leg. So I'm going to turn around this way, so I'm not actually sticking something in your face. So we're going to go over and down again.
3,
2,
2,
1, and let's go.
Exercise 1.4.
So what you're trying to do is trying to aim to get your weights as well, to follow your leg down almost to your feet. Oops. Oh yes, we'll have lots of people falling over for this one. It's not always easy, especially on old trainers. If you have old trainers which if you wear them slightly differently, because your foot rests in a certain position, or maybe the wrong position, it will uneven your
3,
trainers.
2,
Your trainers will actually
1.
not be level.
Change.
You will find that exercise a lot harder. Right, we're going to go to the... My goodness, are we on number 5 already? Goodness me! Right, we're going to go to the scarf, or the band. If you go into the scarf, you need to pull in the direction where my
3,
little finger are pointing,
2,
and then what we're going to do is
1.
we're going to pull our elbows
Exercise
in
1.5.
to the chest. If you've got the band, what you can do is you can get nice tightness in the band and do the same exercise. You're trying to get your shoulder blades back. So you're trying to keep them down and back. Not a hugely difficult exercise session so far, except in a room which feels like it's actually just slightly cooler
3,
than the sun.
2, 1. Change.
Brilliant. Right, we'll go back to the dumbbells. We're going to do Co-ordinates. So you're going to go up, out, side, trying to keep the torso as still as possible, out and out. So
3,
up,
2,
out,
1.
out.
Exercise
out.
1.6.
So it's up, out, green and pink. Up, out, green and pink. Do it at your own speed. Trying to keep your torso nice and still. Keep your abdominals tight. So you should feel your chest really contract on one side when you actually reach to one side. The one side, oh, you know what I mean. Basically, if you go to one side like that chest pectoral
3,
will actually
2, 1.
contract.
Change.
Right, we're going to go back to opposed forces. We're going to do pull downs. I think I need to practice some sayings, my speeches. Watched a good Arnold Schwarzenegger speech today.
3,
Turn my hat round this
2,
way.
1.
So
Exercise
we're gonna,
1.7.
we're going to pull down with a band. You can just pull it down and get your shoulder blades down. So if you have the band, you can pull out and down. Yes, a good speech, commencement, like graduation speech from Arnold Schwarzenegger, very uplifting and very, very interesting about how to actually keep your eye on the target.
3,
2,
1.
1.
Water
Brilliant,
break.
water break. So that's the session today. We'll see you all next week. No. So we've got another 2 sets of those, and then we'll go to the glutes. Glutes. Core. Oh my word. My brain just is not engaged today. Is your game? Is your brain engaged? As you can see, mine is not. I think it's just one of those days. Didn't sleep very much last night either, too warm. Right, unfortunately that is the phone going. Someone's picked it up, thank goodness. Right, so we've got 35 seconds left until we start again to do the pulsing sumo squats. If you find the sumo squats quite difficult because they are quite wide, it's working more the bottom and inner thigh, you can always put your knees close together and just bounce like that. But the idea is for this to actually work your under bottom. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Exercise 2.1.
There we go. Nice and easy. My knees are slightly behind my toes and they're facing in the same direction. About 45 degrees from the body, from if that's 0, 45 degree, minus 45 degree. Excellent, good. Feel like a monkey. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No change there then.
2, 1. Change.
Excellent, good. So single leg deadlift this time. We'll go back to the dumbbells. Remember, if you need to actually stabilize yourself, try and use only 1 or 2 fingers.
Three,
2,
2,
1.
1.
And let's go.
Exercise 2.2.
So don't try and do it too fast, because otherwise you lose your form. Nice and easy. So you're like a dunking bird. Oh, should stop talking whilst doing this. Always makes me fall over. Like a concentration. Maybe that's what I should work on.
Three,
2, 1.
1.
Brilliant. Right, we're going to do
Change.
arm circles. So on Wednesday I will be recording it and then releasing it as I did last time when I had a day off. That it will go live on
2,
YouTube.
1.
So let's go. So arm circles, large arm circles. So it will go on YouTube and I will schedule a post to go online. The reason I've actually explained is basically it's our 20th anniversary. So 20th anniversary on the 20th of May 2020. So we celebrated at 20 seconds and 20 minutes past 8 in the evening. It would be 2020. Sorry, 25, 2020, 2020. No, don't get that often, do you?
3, 2, 1. Change.
Excellent, right. So next time when we do it, we're going to go the other direction because I was whittering like a little monkey. So single deadlifts on the other side now. So I'm going to go that. I'm going on my left leg, on the pink leg.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 2.4.
You can tell when I'm concentrating, I don't talk as much. You don't have to lock out your leg which you're standing on. It's better if you don't. A slight bend is always better on your knees. "12 seconds.
Three, 2, 1. Change.
There you go, excellent. So opposed force, low row. So as you can tell, when I don't talk and I concentrate, balance becomes easier. It's like that with everything. Concentration is key.
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Remember to pull out.
Exercise
Get that
2.5.
tightness in the band or the scarf. Pull it back to your sternum, just where the sternum ends, just around about there. So if you're doing high rows, you could pull up, but don't keep your elbows up. Try and still keep your shoulder blades down. So yeah, let's do high rows. So you'll feel it will actually work your back in slightly a different way. So let's do high, low, high, low. That's it. So it's almost like you're arcing out.
3, 2, 1. Change.
I was enjoying that then. Right, so we're going to go to coordinates. So you can use one big weight or two small ones for this. It's quite easy. So as I was saying, if your pink arm goes over,
3,
your pink pectoral
2,
will
1.
tighten.
Exercise 2.6.
And we're going to do up, out, pink and green. Up, out, pink and green. "20 seconds left." Oh, I was talking then and I completely forgot which one I was doing. "10 seconds. Very dynamic music. Get the
3,
tension.
2,
Quickly
1.
finish one. There we go.
Change.
Right, we're going to do opposed force pull downs. So this time I'm going to do it with the band to show you how to do it with the band. But with the scarf, just pull out. You can bring it down. You can do the same with the band as long as you get a bit of tension in it.
3, 2, 1.
But what you do is with the band,
Exercise
you pull it down
2.7.
to your clavicle. So your head comes back a little bit. Mine with the hat on, I have to turn my hat around otherwise I catch the peak. So it just goes past your nose. You'll get used to it. So I'm going to turn around and show you the shoulder blades. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep the shoulders down at all times, even when the arms are up. Hello Spartacus. There's the putty tat. What are you doing? Going for your food. 3, 2, 1.
Water break.
Brilliant. Water break last time through. So if you've got a band and a scarf, which do you prefer, the banded version or the scarf version? Because the scarf does actually can work the outside of your shoulders at the same time because you're pulling outwards and you're resisting against something which can't move. Whereas the band, when you pull out, it has constant pulling back inwards. So it's whichever way you want to actually work it. It tends to work the muscles a little bit, well, very similar, but in different styles and techniques. Basically, one's more elasticated with reverse force, and the other one is opposed force. Yes, gibberish from Richard. If you want gibberish, come to me. Right, 25 seconds to last time we go through, so pulsing sumo squats. When you go down as well on the pulsing sumo squats, try and keep the entire area around there nice and tight. So you can feel your abdominals pulling in, so you're pulling in almost like you're trying to suck in your abdominals to your spine and clench your bottom at the same time as well.
1. Exercise 3.1.
And that will help with the pelvic floor, especially. Actually, no, there's no especially. Male and females, we all need a strong pelvic floor because that creates an inter-abdominal pressure, which actually allows your spine to be nice and stable. If you have a bad pelvic floor, men particularly, you can't. That's it, good. 10 seconds left. How does this feel? Having fun? Of a kind.
3,
2, 1. Excellent.
Change.
Straight leg deadlift. Sorry, single leg deadlift. Straight leg deadlift is just basically going over and that. There you go. So, I'm going to be quiet again for 40 seconds. I bet you're really all chuffed about that.
3, 2,
So
1.
bend over like the
Exercise
donkey
3.2.
bird, trying to get those weights down towards your foot. Try not to round your back as you do. That's why I tend to like to look forward. I'll look at the clock now. 19 seconds. Ten seconds.
3, 2, 1.
One.
Change.
Yeah, I fell over on the last one there. Right, so arm circle. So this time we started off going from the back to the front. This time we'll go front to back, all the way through.
Three,
Two, one.
1.
Let's go.
Exercise 3.3.
So try and keep those shoulders down. Let your shoulders turn how they want to. Don't try and force anything. So if you see my hands going in a direction which yours aren't, don't worry. As long as you can get your shoulders round. Ten seconds.
Three,
Two,
2,
one.
1.
Brilliant.
Change.
Oh, I felt that. Right. Other side for this single leg deadlift. Hopefully your hamstrings aren't feeling too strained at the moment.
3,
Two,
2,
one.
1. Exercise
Let's go.
3.4.
Oops. Go on, how many times have you fallen over? I've lost count. Three,
2, 1.
I should
Change.
stop looking around. That's what I should do. Stop doing. Right. So we're going to do the opposed forces row. So this time I'm going to use the band. So I'm going to put out,
2,
then
1.
into the back.
Exercise 3.5.
Remember, try and get the shoulder blades down and back. It's a very difficult muscle, especially if you have never really, because most people don't really use the shoulder blades that much, they use the traps instead. So try and getting your shoulder blades to rotate down and in nicely. It's very, very difficult. But with everything, practice is key.
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Change.
Excellent, good. We're going to go to coordinates. Bye, Spartacus. So remember, it's up, out,
3, 2,
pink and
1.
green. Doesn't matter which one you go to
Exercise
first.
3.6.
And up, out. So if you go green and pink, you can do. Doesn't matter. So just to throw you off, I'll do one of each, alternating. If I remember, I don't witter too much. But that's not like me, because I witter like a little monkey. There you go. I did forget them. 12 seconds. I'll be glad though to get back into the classroom and see you
3,
all
2,
sometime.
1. Change.
Right, so opposed force pull downs. So at the moment, apparently the regulations allows classes to be done outside. As long as the equipment's hosed down first and afterwards.
3, 2,
So it might be
1.
soon that we can get back in.
Exercise 3.7.
So nicely pull down. We don't all know, it's basically what you want to do. If you want to be safe, then we can keep on doing this for a while longer. I'm not bothered. I'm more about safety and keeping you lot safe and healthy. That's why I'm here anyway. Than actually just trying to make a quick buck, or I don't know. A lot of these trainers, they try and look good, don't they?
3, 2, 1. Water break.
And water break. Right, so we're going to do the core. So if you can't get down on the ground, I'll quickly show you the exercises now on the chair. So first off, we've got glute bridge, knee raise. So what I want you to do is grab hold of the chair underneath, lean back slightly, and then alternate your legs in. So you're going to do 10 each. Okay? So you're going to do, well no, actually on the ground we're actually going to be doing one leg for 10. So that's what you can do as well. Do 10 on one leg, 10 on the other leg. So on the chair for the next one, we've got 20 ab crunches. So hands behind the ears, rolling down. Don't bring your chin in and back again. If you've got osteopenia or osteoporosis, you might find it easier because we don't want too much flexion in your spine. Bring your knees in. Okay, and then after that we've got, oh right, double leg bent knee leg overs. Oh, I hate this name. But on this one, what you could do is you could, on the chair, just lift your legs up, okay, and go from side to side. Or you can do Russian twist. On the floor, I'm just going to pause for a second before we start the exercise. I'll show the exercises. So we've got the glute bridge with the knee raise. This is a difficult one. So you need to go into a glute bridge. So your knees close to your bottom, push up, and you're going to keep this position. Lift one leg up. We're going to go out, in, out, in, out, in. Okay, so that's 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then we'll swap to the other leg. And the next one will be ab crunch. So you're bringing up
and down. Again with osteoporosis or osteopenia. Bring it up. Okay? Always up. So you're not actually putting extra strain on your lumbar, your thoracic and your cervical spine. So you're going up. So you're going to be doing 20 of those, or as many as you can. Then, I forgot what we're doing then. Oh yes, the long-winded one. Basically, it just means knees up in the air, hands on the side, head down. We're going to roll over one side and then the other. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's quite easy. We're just nicely easy rolling. Again, especially for the people with spinal problems, you might not want to roll as far. Right, so I will put the timer on because it's nice to actually get the
3, 2,
2,
1.
1. So we're going to get into the glute
3
bridge position.
times 2.
And let's raise that knee and let's kick out 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put your foot down in the correct place, knee up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant, right down. Keep your feet where they are. If you're doing the ab crunch, do the ab crunch. If you're doing the reverse crunch, you can do the reverse crunch. So let's get going. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How quickly hold you there. Those with the reverse crunch, you might only get 1 per my count of 2, so you'll only be doing 10. And 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Brilliant. Right, so your knees are up now. We're going to bend over, use your hands as counterbalance, and let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. If you're anything like me, you'll be wandering down the mat. Right, quick breather, and then we'll do the second set. Oh, I can hear all your smug, well, not smug responses, but some responses like, yeah, let's do it, go on! Right, let's get into the glute bridge again. One knee raised, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Back down into ab crunch or reverse crunch. If you're anyone like me, you could do 1 ab crunch, 1 reverse crunch, but it's up to you. Let's go. I'm just going to do ab crunches. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, learning is it, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Excellent, right. So we're going to get back into the knee bendy, bloody blah, bloody blah, bloody blah, bloody blah. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Try and keep those shoulder blades on the floor. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Whoa, I bet you all feel a bit nice and warm there. Right, so we do the stretches. Feet on the chairs. If I start doing a hamstring stretch, all you have to do is just lean over one leg. So everyone else lying down on the floor, let's lift one leg up. Try and keep it nice and straight, not locked out. Excellent, good. Keep it up. So we'll be talking about static stretches on Wednesday. About the difference between them. There are different ones.
Three, two,
Oh.
1. Cool down.
Okay, we just started the cool down. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our leg down, and we're going to bring it down, we're going to put the heel on the knee of the other. So on the chair you can still do this position, just basically almost like crossing your legs, but put your heel on top of your knee. On the floor what we're going to do is grab hold behind the thigh and pull up. And on the chair what you're going to do is just to try and lean over the knee, the heel of the one you've got crossed. So you should feel it slightly in your glutes and your hip. Since we're in this position, what we'll do is we'll just do a Kenny Everett change. Don't have to do it as fast as I do. Bayek, I'm tight in this hip today. Hold it for a bit longer. 2, 1, and hamstring curl. Sorry, hamstring curl. Hamstring stretch. Brilliant, doing well. Excellent, and nicely down. What we're doing now is we're going to stand up. What we're going to do is we're going to push our arms forward. Try and round that back slightly, but really push out with the hands towards the wall. So you're stretching your back. Excellent, good. Now stand upright, arms out, stretching that chest, lean back a little bit, try and stretch those abdominals at the same time.
And stretch up. Really stretch up, feel those back muscles nicely stretching. Slightly different back muscles than when you stretch towards the wall. 3, 2, 1, and release. And thank you very much all for coming. I really enjoyed it. Just going to stop the timer now. And hope to all see you on Wednesday for the recorded session, and then back to live again on Friday for Freak Out Fridays. So Wednesdays you will need a step because it is now step up. So the first section is always a step, aerobics, and then we'll do 2 sets of the weighted ones. I hope everyone's had fun, and have a good day. See you all later. Bye for now.